AOC reportedly under investigation by the Justice Department because of two things. One, she allegedly had somebody here illegally who was working for her. And they're not messing around with this. I mean, you think about the boxer that right now, he just had a big fight with, what's that guy's name? Guys, what's that guy's name? He was a big YouTuber, actually, at one point. I'm going to get it. I'm going to pull it up. So the Mexican boxer is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and he just had this Jake Paul. He had this really big fight with Jake Paul just a couple weeks ago. Well, DHS has just announced that they're arresting him. They're arresting him because he's in the country illegally. He overstayed a visa. The visa was up in February, and so that's it. So AOC apparently had somebody who was working for her with a visa that wasn't quite right, and so he's allegedly here illegally, and the feds are looking at that. They're also looking at her because she's been out and about doing town halls, putting social media posts out saying, this is what you do. If ICE comes to your door, this is what you do. And they're questioning at what point does this become impediment? But I'll tell you for sure, she is under investigation for the illegal that was apparently working for her, as Tom Homan told our friend Benny on his show just this week.
Here's the article of the criminal alien staffer that AOC had on staff. Maybe you could just start here and as an explainer to me and to this audience, like, how's this even possible?
It's not possible, and I know that's being looked at. I can't comment on past that. I'm aware of it. We've asked ICE to drill in on that case. It's my information that there were actually. Can't really comment on. We don't know if it was illegal status or not at this point. It looks like it might have been temporary status, but I can't comment on the case. It's under investigation.
Well, he did say it was under investigation. So there you have it. AOC, watch out. She's been asking, she's been going on PBS. She's been sending letters to Pam Bondi at DOJ. She's like, am I under investigation? Am I under investigation? Am I under investigation? Guess what? You are. You are under investigation. All right, so think about that, because there is this little thing called the law. And the federal government doesn't have a lot of power. Believe me, I'm a states' rights girl, okay? Live free or die, New Hampshire. This is how I grew up. This is what I believe in. I believe in limited power. You don't want a big bloated federal government, any stretch of the imagination. But if there's one power the federal government does have, it's over who is in this country. And New York can't decide that. New Hampshire can't decide that. California can't decide that. New York City can't decide that. And New Jersey can't decide that. LaMonica MacGyver, you, as a freshman member of Congress, nobody knew who you were until this one, right? Now you're out there fundraising off of it. You can't decide it. AOC, that goes for you as well.
If anyone's breaking the law in this situation, it's not members of Congress, it's the Department of Homeland Security. It's people like Tom Homan and Secretary Kristi Noem. You lay a finger on them, we are going to have a problem.
I'm really not so sure how she thinks they are breaking the law. I mean, after all, you have a law. The law's on the books. You can't have people here illegally into the country. We do not have open borders. And so how is it that ICE is breaking the law when they actually have to get people who are here illegally out of the country, especially the ones that committed a crime? Look, I mean, Holman's not having that. This is one of my favorite exchanges from him. I mean, there's a few. If you watch the show, you might have seen, remember the one when they were both going at it on Capitol Hill? That was terrific. That was terrific. And he was schooling her, but he went on to CNN and schooled Jake Tapper a little bit, along with AOC in this clip. Take a look.
You can't intimidate me. Come on, give me a break. I was enforcing him. I was wearing a green uniform, Border Patrol agent, for 5 years before she was even born. I had more than 3 decades enforcing immigration law before she became a member of Congress. I worked for 6 presidents. I've seen policies. I've seen hundreds of policies. Some worked, some didn't. But you can't deny the success of the Trump administration when it comes to border security. Again, the most secure border in the history of this nation. And I said from day one, and she knows this, you can not support ICE. Shame on you. You can support sanctuary cities. Shame on you. But you can't cross the line. You can't knowingly impede ICE law enforcement officers. That is a felony. You can't harbor and conceal, knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE. That is a felony. And you certainly can't commit criminal trespass. And as far as New York, her district, This administration's done more to protect her districts than she has. The number of criminal aliens we took off the streets of New York made her community much safer. She ought to be thanking the members of this administration, the men and women of ICE who protect this country and make her community safer. So, you know, it's politics over public safety. It's just ridiculous. She ought to love her community more than she hates Trump, because we're doing a lot to protect her community.
I love that. She ought to love her community more than she hates Trump. So well said. I mean, he's awesome. I've known him many years, and he is passionate, really, really passionate about what he's doing. So, you know, all in, I would just say to Mondani, as far as Donald Trump goes, he's not kidding. You know what? Like, if you wind up being mayor, if you're lucky enough to wind up being mayor, and listen, guys, it could happen. Just watch Polymarket, right? Like, they haven't been totally wrong. It could happen. So if he becomes mayor of New York and he wants to institute all this crazy stuff, well, there's going to be a lot that the federal government can actually put in the way of him. But specifically, as it relates to the borders, he doesn't have any say on that.